Coming up, big moments from sunny Geelong, an emotional dump from such a huge event, and lots of love to give to all of you for Kaizen's second nationals. All of that follows after our talented friend, Good Fortune. Welcome back to the Kaizen Culture Pod, where we are keeping the conversation moving within Australian karate. My name is Mitchell Durham, and I'm here with Nathan Blockley, just Nathan Blockley today. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We are also watchable on YouTube, so go over there. Please give the podcast a rating if you're enjoying the content. And as always, please let us know your thoughts, opinions, and feedback by sending us an email at kaizenculture.info@gmail.com, and even sign up to our mailing list at kaizenculture.org. Nathan, what a huge weekend we've just had.
It was a very big weekend. Are you ready to get down and discuss it and look into each other's eyes for the next 45 minutes?
Yeah, this is weird with the three. Third dynamic.
But no break, no eye contact
nothing,
break.
Just straight at you right now. Yeah. We got hit with a huge flu.
We did. Like the whole team, heaps of people. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Luckily, for the most part, it was before the comp. After the comp. After the comp that hit. Only a couple of athletes couldn't compete because of it.
Yeah, it's pretty sad to see, like Angel and Richie and Yoni. I think, clearly it came from New South Wales.
Yep.
But yeah, they couldn't compete, which is a shame. But then it just tore through the rest of the team. Like a lot of people from WA got it. The Australian team. Yeah, just coughing and just like I didn't feel human. I actually didn't feel human for like a whole day. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it was a bad one for sure.
You feeling all right now?
I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm still got a little bit of a cough, but sickness wise, out in the clear, I think.
Yeah, now it's just recovering from like the actual emotional dump from what is a national championships.
Yes, and that's much longer.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how drained you feel after a big comp like that.
Yeah,
I'm wrecked. Still.
Yeah, I mean it's the most we've done as Kaizen Culture there, so that was definitely a big toll. I remember like finishing the event and walking off, and my body just like shuts down because it's like finally I get to stop, and yeah, it was just a complete shutdown of my body. So it definitely took its emotional and physical toll. Well, and that's not competing.
Yeah, but still, you were running around like a headless chook most of the time. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
it was actually really cool to see. Like, we'll just quickly shout out to like Car and Unhard, and we also had Luke and Jess and Ksenia, and we had so many people just helping out the team. So big shout out to.
Yeah, we had a bigger team and we posted on social media more, so that was a big goal of ours. Processing wise, in terms of the packages, it's still so much data because it's more packages than we've ever done. But we're knocking through those because I think last time it took a bit over a month, maybe a bit more, to get the final packages there, and we're not even 2 weeks out, and we're looking to hand the photos out pretty soon. Hopefully by the time of this release, the photos will be out. And then it's just the videos to come, which should take a little bit longer. But yeah, how much we did at that tournament was absolutely insane with the Mish Wilson interview as well.
Oh my God, I actually forgot about that. I forgot about that. That was nuts. Yeah, I couldn't believe we did that on the Friday.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Like, thanks so much for everyone that came up. And I know you're probably not going to stand around for like a whole hour and listen to us chat, but people did come up and ask questions, and a couple of the national coaches, Mark and Marco, came up and asked some questions. So whether it was prompted or not, but still ask questions. But yeah, it was so cool. Mish is just so awesome, like to talk to. We didn't even scratch the surface, I don't think, of what we wanted to fully cover, but it was a little taste, and that episode should be coming out next week.
Yep.
So our first get to know episode will be released with Mish Wilson next week. So stay tuned for that. That'll be really cool.
That is exciting, and hopefully for future championships and stuff, we can actually have an allotted time frame that we do that, because it was quite hard to navigate between when the medals were going to be presented and when we're going to do the get to know series, and that impacted a lot of people's ability to just stand there and listen to, as you said, it was like over 45 minutes to an hour, so it was a long get to know series, but I tuned in at some parts and it was super interesting, so I can't wait to listen to it back.
I'm glad, and I think that I had a listen to the audio as well, and it wasn't too bad as well because obviously there was some announcements going on, people were competing, and just the general noise from nationals. So it didn't sound too bad. A little
That's
bit of
good.
post work editing.
It makes a bit of the atmosphere as well. Like it was a live recording. It wasn't
Yeah.
a studio sort of thing. So
No, that should be good. So hopefully we can get someone else in next year at the nationals. But yeah, today I think we're just going to go through a couple of the results and just the nationals in general. Like you said, you wanted to mention how like amazing the spectacle was.
so props to Karate
fantastic.
Victoria because they've done really well. I think in terms of the tournament running behind, that was very minimal. I think I only heard of like an hour, and it was because there was a little incident on the mat. Somebody got a little bit too sick or nerves or something like that, but ruined a couple of the mats that had to tear up like a fifth of the tatami.
Yeah,
So
like full projectile vomit.
Full projectile. I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
No, you got to paint the picture.
Well, he painted the mat, so that was low hanging fruit.
That's good.
So I mean, an hour behind on one mat is not too bad at all for a tournament, and I think the whole structure of making the Friday and Saturday different from the Sunday is something I don't want to see anything else in karate going forward than that, because that separation just made the atmosphere on the Sunday. And I think you said that it felt like a Premier League on the Sunday.
100%. I was like getting full Premier League vibes. Just the way that the stadium is structured like that, when you're in almost like a pit and the lights are just on you. It's just, it was really, really cool. And I think it also was a bit refreshing for the weekend. So you know how sometimes with the Nationals, it's like 3 days, the same venue, the same crowd, like just very monotonous and you get really drained. Whereas like the shift on Sunday to that second room, different atmosphere, it was like, oh, okay, this is like a new thing. You know, I think it gave everyone a bit of pep in their step.
Yeah.
Hopefully for the crowd as well. Like, because I just felt like it was nonstop that day, just from competing first thing in the morning and then teams all the way to the end. So it was just like, didn't feel like I stopped. So hopefully in the crowd, people really appreciated the switch up.
Yeah, and I know the lunchtime was still a decent time. It was like half an hour to 45 minutes at least. So I think people got a break in the middle of the day. They did some medals, which is fine. That's, do it then or the end. There wasn't actually that many divisions, so I think that was pretty easy to knock on the head. But yeah, scheduling wise, they would have had to do something to allow all those. Finish all the events to only have 3 mats on the Sunday. They must have done something scheduling wise, and they did really well for it. So, as far as I know, it wasn't a small nationals comparatively.
Nah, I don't know what numbers wise it was, but it felt like obviously last year's nationals was amazing, but I think the one thing that was different about this year's nationals was the crowd energy felt really, really like tight, and it felt like you were surrounded by supporters.
Yeah.
Sometimes at nationals last year, it was very vast and open.
Even on the Friday, Saturday as well.
Yes,
it still felt like that.
100%. When competing on the Saturday, people were just like plastered around the tatami. It felt like they were on like in a place where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But that's where the barricade was.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, stuff
I love
like
it.
moving people away from it. Like,
no way.
Unless it's something like Sunday where it's a completely excluded area, let people stand on the sides because it builds that atmosphere and it gets things exciting. Some of my favourite memories is sitting as a kid, like
right there.
sitting right at the barrier, cheering whoever's on the mat 2 meters away from me. So
good.
Yeah, you don't want to take that away from people.
No way. I don't want to change that. So that's for me, Nationals big tick on the way that they ran it, and props to Karate Victoria. Like there was no issues from what I saw anyway. Yeah.
I wonder if they could have sold more Sunday tickets as well because of the division of how they had it. Like it was final Sunday. If I'm just a general spectator, I'm buying tickets to final Sunday instead of the other 2 days.
It seemed pretty packed in the stadium. Like every time I looked up, I was like, "Wow, this is like a packed stadium. This is wicked."
Yeah,
it
did look like heaps of people. So
yeah, and shout out to WA team. Like you can't argue that we're not the best.
No, I don't think
cheer
anyone
squad
could.
in Australia. Like the pom poms, all the props that
made from garbage bags. I want to point out.
Yeah, made from garbage bag. What is it called? Clean and fresh, or like lemon fresh. They smelt good. Smelt real
They were
good.
garbage bags, but they smell great.
Yeah. But seriously, that WA spirit, that crowd was awesome. And yeah, that was probably one thing that I wanted to mention as well. Like competing last year, it felt actually louder this year than last year, even though it was in Perth last year.
Yeah.
Like maybe that was just because of the Sunday and the layout of the tournament, but this team was so loud. I was like, it feels like I'm in Perth. You know?
And
So,
what was with New South Wales? I think this is the first time WA has been bigger than New South Wales in a national event.
I think last year we had a bigger team than New South Wales.
I
Just
thought
because
they
it was
had
in
like
Perth.
150.
I think we had heaps though.
Did we? Yeah.
New South Wales. I think they only had like 80 something.
Yeah, this tournament.
Don't know. Who knows why?
Yeah,
It'd be interesting to find out.
Some people drove to Geelong from New South Wales, so it's not that far for you guys.
Maybe it's just who knows, actually. We get some insider knowledge on that.
Yeah, that's a question I want to
know. But yeah, some results there. I was just looking through the results before. One that really stood out for me was Karate Victoria won all team events besides 3.
What?
Yeah.
That is...
So first of all, they got 163 total medals. 163.
And that is 163, and a team event does not count as 3. That's 1 in that 163.
Exactly. So 163 medals total, 54 of them were gold. The next best, 54 gold, right? That's actually almost beating WA's total medals of 66. So WA got 19 golds, and we were in second place.
And that was the next biggest.
That's crazy, man. Just sheer dominance from Karate Victoria.
Yeah.
Well done. Obviously, home state, a lot of numbers, but you got to win them, right?
Yeah, and it's scalable as well.
Yeah.
So Victoria pretty much tripled WA's medals, and they had triple the competitors. So by athlete, they were actually doing the best as well, or at least equal best.
Yeah. The only ones that they didn't win was the senior female kumite and junior female kumite. And I think the senior female kata was just a demonstration. I think it was just one medalist.
Only one,
right? So technically, all team events besides 2.
That is crazy.
Far out. That's nuts, hey? Can't take it away from the senior female kumite, though. They won back to back to back. So 2022, 23, 24 gold medals. That's pretty sick.
Yep. And the rest of the WA gold medalists in the senior divisions, you had Dylan Fisher winning the kata.
Yep.
Yourself, Mitchell, how does it feel back to back?
It feels good. It does feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it feels really good to get the back to back in the Open.
And then Liv getting back to back to back.
Yeah.
In the Women's Open.
Yeah, that's nuts, hey? It's pretty cool.
And she went down a weight as well, so it's a new weight division she fought out this year, and she looks just as good as she did in heavyweights, if not better.
She does look more comfortable.
She definitely looks more comfortable in her division, using that reach against the smaller people, because who's the next tallest in that? Like Laura?
Mandy's not that tall compared to Liv.
Yeah, and then Alex isn't much taller, and she was who Liv versed in the finals. So
yeah,
you don't have many tall people in under 68, which it's not very comparative to the world stage, because when she goes on the world stage, she'll be up against tall women. There's not going to be a lot that are smaller than Laura. That's going to be your minimum sort of thing. Yeah. So.
But no, that's it was really good to see her just come back and fight just pure comfortability. Felt like there was no stress or nothing else going on mentally. She was just there to fight, and you could tell she came away with the 3 gold medals at the tournament. So I think she was probably the standout female performer.
100%. Yep.
Next probably was Georgie. I saw that she got the gold in her under 21s, last under 21s for her. Seniors. And then she lost to Liv in the final. So that's pretty good for a minus 55.
That is very good for a minus 55.
Minus 55 getting into the final. And that's one thing I will say is the women's was really tough. I was watching some of the fights in the semifinals and the quarterfinals. I was like, Jesus, that was some fights that were just going seesawing a little bit. And, Senna was up there with Yelena as well. I think Yelena was beating Georgie at one stage. And then Georgie came back. It was a wicked fight. So, congrats to Georgie. And then in the team event, I don't know if she lost a fight.
Yeah.
And they came second.
Yeah, and she came back a lot against... who was it? Maybe it was Senna. There was one of her rounds in the team event. She was losing like a good. I think it was like
Oh no, it was Hannah.
6-1 or
Hannah.
something.
No, she was losing against Hannah,
and then she came back.
Nah, she did lose against Hannah.
Oh, okay. No, I think I'm thinking of a different fight then.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because she was losing pretty badly against this girl, and the girl just ended up coming back. Oh, sorry, yeah, Georgie just ended up coming back and winning it. So
Yeah, wow.
no, she had a fantastic tournament.
Yeah, and just quickly shout out to her sister Lucy.
Yep.
Performed so well at the Nationals first of all.
Yeah,
She won her weight division, got second in the Open, and then she just come away with a 5th place in
Cancun.
Cancun just this weekend.
Yeah,
how crazy!
Yeah,
that's so good.
And the fact that she can do that sort of travel is fantastic as well. You know?
That's so awesome. It's going to put her in good stead for the World Championships.
Yeah,
2 months' time. Yeah, it's so quick.
And then the other Australian athlete we had was also Rebecca, who went over in the under 14 kata.
Nice.
And she did quite well. I think she won her first round, lost her second, lost her rep charge.
Okay.
Or didn't get rep charge, one of the two. But probably first time appearance at a youth league for her. So
good.
Yeah, I hope the tournament and the holiday destination was definitely worth it, because Cancun would be nice to go to.
Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico.
Mexico. That's wicked. Who else?
Are you laughing at the way that Mexicans pronounce Mexico?
No.
No, you're laughing at how
the way that you pronounce Mexico. Emily Nguyen back on top. She got double gold in the junior and senior kata.
That felt inevitable. It felt like it was always going to happen. But it's good to see that she did make that. It is her first female gold, hey? I think so, because the twins are no longer competing. So that would have been a huge spot for her to claim.
Nice.
Yeah. So getting that senior spot, I felt like that was always inevitable, and that division is ridiculously strong.
It's nice to see like the juniors have just come into the senior group just already like being competitive and being a dominant force in the seniors. You know, because it's their division now, right?
Yeah.
You got like Emily, Stephanie, Tara, and then now Zara's coming into it now.
It's a young division,
but so good.
And what does a Carter athlete peak at age-wise? Like 35?
I don't even know. Hey, what would you say? Would you say 30?
I'd say early 30s. Yeah.
Far out. If they just keep going.
Exactly, yeah.
Even Dylan and Ken. Because Ken won his division in juniors.
Yeah.
Obviously junior world medalist last year. I was so happy to see the finals on by themselves for kata and kumite.
Oh yeah,
it looked really cool, and
because it wasn't scheduled like that.
No,
initially
it was really cool. Just like seeing like Liv fought. Wait, was kata first? I can't remember.
No, you were first.
So it was Liv, then myself,
and
then the kata happened, and it was just like you were just drawn into it the whole time. And the crowd was, as I said, it was bloody awesome.
Yeah. If you had all three running at the same time, you would have had two kumite events, and then the kata would have been on the end. And where not most of the stands are, it would have been a lot worse. So I'm glad that they did make that change.
Yeah, it would have taken away from a lot of that. But yeah, I not really much else to say. Like, Nationals, it's our biggest event for the year. You put a lot of weight into it and emotion. Like, I'm sure we didn't list every person's achievement on here just because it's ridiculous. But we just wanted to mention some standouts. But at the end of the day, if you don't win nationals, it sucks. You know what I mean? And you pour a lot
career's
of
over.
Yeah, career's over. Pack it up. Might as well pack it up. But not everyone can win. That's just how competition goes, right? And we put a lot of energy and effort into achieving specific goals. I put a lot of energy into trying to go and get my third gold in a row for my weight division, and that was definitely at the forefront of my mind. But sometimes it just doesn't go your way, right? And that just adds to the story and it adds to the journey of where you need to take it next.
Yeah.
But it's not over there. Like, you can decide how to come back from that and have another good year or another next tournament. Like some people that are going to the World Championships at the end of the year, some people didn't win. Doesn't mean you're going to lose at the World Championships.
Exactly.
You've just got to
refocus your energy.
That's it.
learn from what mistakes you did make, and take pride in the stuff that you got right as well. Because the accolade is important in terms of getting that gold or getting that silver, bronze, but achieving what you wanted to achieve over there, whether that's I want to be more confident with my techniques, or I want to stop being so confident that I'm making mistakes. If you made one of those things that you were looking to fix at this tournament, and you successfully walked away and said, I did that no matter the result, then that's important to take into the next one. So I agree that accolade is not anything. There's always going to be another nationals, next Oz Open, Worlds at the end of the year. Look to the next one and refocus your energy. I'm really keen to see how they're going to go at Junior Worlds.
It's good to see them like all just like competing really, really hard with each other. Like that junior under 21, like I was looking at some of the people that were going, and it just got me really excited. I was just like, oh man, this is like a really talented team. You know, and they're fierce and they're hungry, and I'm like, far out. I hope they can carry that same energy into Venice. So it'll be exciting. We're going to keep talking about them for the next couple of weeks leading into it.
And that's the other thing I'd like to say as well. If you're in an event with a heap of strong competitors that are pushing you and maybe beating you at times, it speaks volumes to what this level is going to be compared to the Worlds. You know, if you're absolutely wiping the floor with every Australian here, there's a good chance that on a world stage that won't happen, and you'll be shocked because all of a sudden I've just gone from somewhere where I was super comfortable at winning, and now I'm versing people that I've never even, versed that skill level before. So if you're getting challenged here in Australia, that's a good sign to see how you're going to perform on the world stage as well. Because I guarantee you those countries like Italy and France and all the other top countries, they don't have just one person per division that's performing. They're all pushing each other, and they're all going to end up better for it over the years. So it is really good to see how strong some of these divisions are throughout Australia. So
it's exciting, and it puts our future in good stead as well, seeing that competitiveness all the way through, because the cadets are nuts as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember cadets being that good. Like, they're so good.
Definitely not.
Yeah, it's really cool. But we'll take a little short break and we'll come back and talk about some other stuff. Yeah.
Finish it off.
Cool. All right. Back from the break. Feeling good, feeling ready to finish this episode off. Just thought we'd mention the photo packages, well, not the packages, the individual stand that we had set up, and people were going up there and buying some photos. I was a bit worried actually in the first day. I was like, oh gosh, I haven't seen any orders come through.
Yeah.
This is a bust.
How wrong you were.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. People were like, sorry if it's taking a little bit of time as well, but you got to understand that that's just a sort of quick edit to get them all up there, and so you can see them and then you can purchase them, and then afterwards Nathan and the photography team goes through it and does a full complete edit, so you're getting the best product. And just how many orders we had,
it was a bit surprising.
Some time.
Yeah, and straight up as well, because we didn't have just one photographer there as well, so we have to locate who took the photo, find that photo, and then edit it and then put it up. And we've had a lot of photos, like at least over 150 photos ordered off that website. So it's been fantastic. So cool. That response has been really good, and I feel like the stand did really well. And in passing traffic, you got to see that Kaizen Culture was selling individual photos, and I feel like we got a good. I can't actually say the percentage of how many athletes we got and how many we missed, but I feel like we got quite a few, because each day, except for I think Saturday morning, where two of our photographers were competing at the same time, so our resources were spread as it was. Apart from that Saturday morning, I think we covered the match really well, in addition to our Kaizen Culture photography packages. So,
well, that's the thing. Obviously you got to prioritize the packages first, because that's our main priority, and we want to make sure that we're delivering the best possible product for the packages, because these athletes pay a decent amount for us to look after them for the weekend, and so that's our main priority. And then obviously around that, we try and just get as many people as we can, try and capture the moments, and hopefully we were able to capture the people. The moments you're after. So that was pleasantly surprised with how the package, the photo stand went. So
yeah, and then the other thing is you got like, although Karate Victoria did really well on running on schedule, there's always a difference to what it was originally planned. Like, might be 15 minutes this way or half an hour that way, but we've got to keep track of which of our athletes are on which mat competing at which time and when they start and when they finish and when there were a few event switch ups as well during the tournament, like events changing from one mat to the other, so we've got to keep track of all these different things before we think about taking photo of
just random photos,
random people on the mat. So
far out, that's so stressful. I'm glad I'm not doing it, that's for sure. I watch you guys run around just like, far out, I'll just chat to a few people over here.
It was definitely worth it for us as a non-for-profit, and I feel like everybody got their national captured as well.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, that's also feedback we need as well, because how many people are missing out? If they decide not to do the photography or videography package, but they think, I want a photo of me individually. Are you missing out? Are you not? Do we need more photographers? Like, how's it going to work? But it's always about improving, you know. Like 100%. We hope that eventually the social media turnout will be like instantaneous, and it was a couple of times over the weekend, but it was also quite an effort for our social media managers to collect the videos and then put together a reel to then publish. So all of these things they're going to constantly incrementally improve.
I believe that means Kaizen.
I think so. I think I may have plugged that there.
But so stoked with like Jess and Ksenia's rollout. They're so talented with that sort of stuff. I was getting excited and I was there. Do you know what I mean? I was watching all of it happen. And I was like, oh, this is a cool reel. This is a cool post. You know what I mean? And so I can't imagine what it was like for people back home or like that couldn't attend. So hopefully that they were able to have a little taste of the Nationals. I think so.
I think 100%. Yeah. I mean, we got a message from Jordan who couldn't make it. And he said that the social media was looking great, you know, so it's always a good sign.
Yeah. No, that'd be wicked. And hopefully we can just make it better next time.
I think that's inevitable.
The one other thing that we had going around was the booklets.
We hope that everybody got one.
Yeah.
I know that Karate Victoria had a lot of athletes, and they decided to do not a team meeting rollout, instead hand them out or tell athletes to come up to a table to grab them. So there may have been a couple that were missed, but if you are from Victoria and you haven't received one, contact Karate Victoria, because they should have all of them. Yeah, they should have the bulk copies of it.
Probably Frank has like 4 of them. Yeah. he wanted to take one so badly at the start of the thing. I was like, just wait till everyone gets one, and you get whatever. But
that's right. I gave him 150 copies. And then on day 2, I found 150 copies behind the desk that hadn't been handed out. So
anyway, but that was really cool to see that going around and people having them in their hands, and a couple of people asking for signatures. So that was really cool. And
did you do a signature, Mitchell?
I did a couple, yeah. Nice. I did a couple. Not as many as last year, which is sad. Maybe I've been forgotten about, but no, this
they
year
may have come to me because I got a couple of signatures.
Oh, really?
I didn't get a couple of signatures last year.
So it's nice. I was so like proud just to see those booklets all around, and one thing that was the little surprise that was inside, which was the super seminar flyer. I was pretty stoked when that was like when people found out about that. That was cool.
Yeah, I saw people showing other people, look at a seminar and stuff like that. We didn't get a lot of expression of interest sign-ups, but I feel like that was because it was such a big weekend. And then as soon as we did a bit of a social media post, we had a few roll through. So that's still something, well, that's the next thing for us, yeah?
Yeah, that is the next thing for us. We're doing the countdown to the ticket release.
Yeah, so I feel like we do a little pitch of those who haven't seen the flyer.
All right.
So what is it? What is this team seminar?
Yeah, well, okay. So for the Team World Championships at the end of the year in September, oh my gosh, it's not September. The Team World Championships in November in Spain.
That's the ones for the seniors, yep.
Yeah. Just decided that it would be good to get together and do a little training camp first of all for the squad. Just in Bacchus Marsh, we're going to do a week-long worth of training, just us, and just be able to connect and bond that one little bit extra before going away to Spain.
I feel like that should be a necessity.
100%. 100%. Like, I love catching up at the tournament and after a tournament, but just to have a standalone week where we're training. We've done it a couple of times now in the lead up to Worlds and stuff, and it's always the best. Like it's the way to go. And just to be able to, reshift our focus after the Nationals, competing individually and from our state. This is now reshifting our focus for the mission ahead and getting a medal at the World Championships as a team. And so, that's that week-long worth of training with just the squad. And Kaizen wants to do a seminar to help raise funds for the team, not only for that training camp, but to actually go away to the World Championships as well. And so we're doing Saturday, Sunday, October 5th and 6th. Super seminar, WKF teams super seminar with all of the athletes that are a part of the squad, assisting, helping coach, sharing their knowledge, teaching the kids, having a fun day, all day, 8 till 4 both days. So pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, that is huge because, like, you guys, you're not just competitors. You're pretty much all coaches in your own right as well. Maybe a few of the younger ones, but they'll just be assisting or they'll take a class because they want to get into coaching. Either way, like, you guys have a wealth of experience and knowledge to pass on, and why not utilize that? Why does it always have to be the national coaches that are taking these sort of events? Because if you're a competitor coming to one of these training camps or seminars, it doesn't matter who's taking it. Some stuff might not relate to you. Some stuff might be absolutely perfect for you. So being able to get this knowledge from over 10 athletes that are at the peak of their careers, it's going to be invaluable. So, and for that to fund the whole training camp beforehand, pay for all flights for for competitors and coaches to fly over, accommodation and food during the camp, that's unheard of for a competitor.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to be able to be in that position to help the squad do that, because that's, when you embark on this journey to be a karate athlete, it's like you don't really think about the money. You just think about the goal and what you guys are what you're trying to achieve and your aspirations, and then you go, oh wow, it's actually so expensive.
But actually, I can't have a full-time job.
Yeah, it's but that just comes with the sport. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the sport, and there's not really many opportunities to have something that's fully funded, or to have something that's all expenses paid. So to be in a
something
position
this valuable as well.
Yeah. So to for us to be able to do that for the squad, and feels really special. So hopefully everyone can get around it and support it, and because you're getting something out of it as well. Like I'm just trying to imagine, like when I was like 15 or 14, having something like that with all of the big dogs competing at that stage, doing a seminar like that. Oh my gosh.
You would have been starstruck at a minimum, and then you would have learned a bunch as well. So even just mindset wise as well, it doesn't have to be drills and stuff. We'll be talking on mindset and the extra stuff that you do to train as well, not just the karate side of things.
Yeah, no, it will be a combination of training sessions and talks as well, and lunch will be provided as well on Saturday, Sunday. So you get to have lunch with the team and stick around and don't leave Victoria University for the whole day.
And we're doing our first merch there as well.
Oh yeah,
for the seminar.
That's a big one to plug.
Yeah, so we'll see how many we actually sell, because we're only ordering 50 for the seminar out of 150 tickets, because we don't want to undersell. Like, that would be detrimental to us as a non-for-profit. But we'll do an order after that as well. So every shirt that we go over 50. You'll just put your name and put your address, and we'll mail one to you. So that design is amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, no, we had Jess Bromley.
Yep.
Who was, first of all, our social media manager for the weekend, but also he was on the podcast last episode. And he's like we said in the last episode, he's a creative genius. And he put together that shirt, and it looks so clean, hey?
It does.
I can't wait to see what it actually looks like in person.
I can't wait to wear it.
I can't wait to wear it all the time.
I'm never going to take it off.
So that's the super seminar. Tickets coming out on Saturday, the 17th of August. Very limited spots, only 100 tickets for Saturday, 50 tickets for Sunday. And now the Sunday is state national team only.
Yep.
And cadet and above. So we're just being really specific on that day, just to make sure we're looking after the elite groups. But Saturday is all ages, all levels, but only 100 tickets. So make sure you get onto the ticket sales, because once they run out, we will not be able to
No, we
Yeah,
won't.
we won't be able to squeeze you in. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be the first time that we do this sort of thing, and emphasis on the first time. We want to be doing this again in the future. So this is the first time we're hosting something like this that can fund the training camp and give the athletes some extra money going over to Spain as well. So we hope this is successful. We've set it up for success. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. So get around it and message us on Instagram if you have any questions whatsoever. I believe that's October 4th is the Saturday and October 5th is the Sunday.
5th is the Saturday.
5th is the Saturday, 6th?
6th is the Sunday.
Okay.
And the 6th of October is a special day as well.
Is it?
Daniel Thielen's birthday.
Oh,
So
well,
you got to bring a present.
pay for the ticket and bring a present.
Yeah. Maybe just some chocolates or something. I don't know.
Yeah, what does Daniel like?
Actually, he's a savoury man. He likes bags of chips.
Bags of chips. Just bring bags of chips, please.
Bags of chips.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to chat about?
No, I think
it's good.
Yeah, it's a short episode, but it was a big event that I think we've covered completely. I mean, yeah, props to Karate Victoria again. Props to everybody who competed over the weekend. You made the championships what it was. I felt we did really well as Kaizen Culture. We're always improving, but we're way better than we did at Oz Open, which was way better than we did at Nationals last year. So that's all about this progression step. So
Yeah, and props to you, man. Like, you just work your butt off all weekend, honestly, and not even just the weekend, but the weeks leading up to it. Like, congratulations on in a huge successful tournament.
And
Well
right back at you, mate.
Thanks,
You were state team captain and competitor, and you were doing Kaizen Culture over the weekend as well.
done.
So
Thanks, dude. It's pretty special.
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
cool, awesome.
And only a year and a bit after launching as well.
That's nuts.
Absolutely
That is
nuts.
nuts. Here's
So
some more.
I feel like a lot of people are thinking we're way more established than we currently are.
Yeah, we're still
Which
babies.
is a good way to be. But
We're just babies, right?
yeah, we've got a lot of improvements still to come.
Yep. All right. As always, please let us know your thoughts and opinions and any feedback, because we are an organisation for you. Send us an email at kaizenculture.info@gmail.com or sign up to our mailing list at kaizenculture.org. That's a really important one because we're sending the tickets for the super seminar only on the email list once again. So kaizenculture.org, sign up to the email list. And thank you, Nathan, for a great episode.
Thank you, Mitchell.
I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
No, it won't next week.
The audience will.
The audience will.
Michelle Wilson.
Michelle Wilson.
Yeah.
Play the
Good
outro.
to know. Right. Which one is it? You didn't tell me.
Press A.